shit, I don't even know. First record that I appeared on, I gotta say, was My Mommy and Negro. No? That's not good.
We're not talking about rap records, we're talking about just as a DJ, period. Like, first record, with Laz Mendez billed in the credits.
That's not good when you don't remember your own records.
That's fine.
Good. What was the first record I did?
I'm gonna let him answer first.
I can't remember a record that was Laz Mendez on the credits before Def Mega Mix on Cut It Up Def Miami Bass Jams.
1991.
So
Slightly before Mommy and Negro.
So it was right around the same.
1990, Cuban Booty.
Good Lord.
So let's talk about your relationship with the Diaz brothers.
Sure.
So that's where I think you started on record.
Sure.
Do you agree that was the first?
Oh, dude. Yeah, that was right around the same time. That was when everything record-wise, I was like, damn. All right, I've already accomplished. I'm the DJ. I got the gig. Everything's awesome, great. But I want to make my own records. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Diaz brothers back in the day, the Cuban Booty record. I'm trying to think back. Because right around that same time, the freestyle music was real big.
Yeah, you did the Niaja.
I did the Niaja record. I started getting into doing like remixes and shit. And I remember, I didn't know anything about studio work. So I'm thinking a remix is a fucking grab 2 turntables and mix the record and you're done. So I show up to the studio to do this Niaja record and the guy's like, okay, do you have anything programmed? I go, programmed. I brought 2 turntables and a bunch of records. I'm just gonna mix this live. And the guy looks at me like, what? Okay, just push record. And we did that entire Niaja, Who's Got Your Love, Miami Booty version.
That was awesome.
With about 10 different instrumental tracks mixed in live with no way to, I didn't know how to use a drum machine. I didn't know anything about SP1200 back then.
Laz Mendez master of the mix.
That's the way it works.
You want me to find out? EJ, I don't want you to think you're a prop, man. I mean,
No, AJ, come on.
Here's what it comes down to.
It looks like my security guard. Jesus.
You became very notable to me for being on Jealous J's album after Jealous J's on this band. But I'd rather hear your story. Tell us
No, for
Right,
sure.
well, I mean, I came up, you know, through the DJ battle scene. That's how I started making my way and everything. And
We gotta tell the story.
of course, we're going there. But it started off in Jealous J. Actually, was my first solo DJ project where I went on tour with him, and we went to Texas and all around the country and did shows. My first actual tour that I went on though was the Move Something tour with KJ and the fellas, Two Live Crew, all of them guys, Shy D, Big Ace, the whole crew went touring all around, and I was the road manager, stage manager for KJ and the fellas. My cousin DJ Mike Bliss was the DJ for KJ and the fellas, and we knew Wayne and Crash and everybody like that, so we just hang on. But they pushed me into the DMC battles, and once I won them, people started wanting me to do their shows with them, so Jealous J gave me my first crack because I wanted to actually battle him and go after him because I was trying to go down the heads of all the best DJs in the state. I said, you know, just start with this guy, you know, he's a white guy, I'm going after him. You know, I'm white, and went after him, and
You're white?
He hired me. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we went on tour, we had a great time and stuff like that, and I still wanted to compete, and I'm like, man, no matter how good I would do, no matter how their DMC battles, I would do tricks galore, make sounds you would never hear before. It's just incredible, fascinating stuff at the time. And people, bro, you gotta do this shit, bro, you're the best. I'm like, that's it. You can't be fucking DJ Laz, man. No matter what, I could set a house on fire. I can't beat DJ Laz. I'm like, motherfuck this. I'm going out. I want to battle Laz. That's it. I'm going. So Laz like hosts one of the DMC battles. He's just there showing up. And I walk up all thugged out, jacking on all ice grilling him the whole night. He's like, who's this motherfucker? Points to me. It was like crazy.
This motherfucker walks in hardballing me. I'm like, what the fuck did I do to this white guy? Why is he fucking pissed off at me? And he's just sitting there, and I'm like, there's something going on, homie? You got a problem? Shaking his head. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And he tells me, you know what? I want to battle you. What the fuck you want to battle me for? He's like, No matter what I do, no matter how I do it, how many competitions I win, everybody always like, yeah, you're good, you're bad. But you can't beat Laz. And they would eat his ass. And it's funny too, because after all that shit, we ended up becoming the best of friends.
Absolutely.
And I took him on the road with me, and I'll tell you, we used that whole white thing to the T. Because they saw this boy come out, they didn't expect him to be a fucking dope DJ. And we would purposely dress him in like AC/DC shirts.
Yeah, like the button-up shirt, all nerdy.
All nerdy with nerd glasses, and he would come out, and people would be like, fuck, who the fuck's this guy? And I'd be like, hey, yo, EJ, Exotic E, do me a favor. I'm gonna do something with my mouth. I'm gonna make a sound, and I want you to mimic it on the turntables. You think you can do that? Yeah, maybe. I got. All right, so do a scratch like. And he would go. And people would fucking be like, oh shit. And we would fuck everybody up. And then this nigga would just, I would give him a solo, and he would go to town. Right instant. The entire crowd. And this is, you know, we're doing shows in Texas. Thousands and thousands
About
and
100,000
thousands
people. The Destiny Child show we did with them, that arena, the whole stadium was packed. That was crazy.
The first show, I don't know if you were with me on this show, but the first show I actually performed in Texas, big, it was with Selena. My first show, Selena was the headliner.
Wow.
And I show up, it was in Fair Park in Dallas, Texas. And I show up, and my Mami and Negro record had blew up. It was huge, but nobody had ever seen Laz. So now, mind you know.
Isn't that part of what happened in Miami Bass and their artists? They
100
weren't promoted as superstar artists. They were just promoted as the music. Right?
and the music a lot of times never made it out of Miami. A lot of the times, and then all of a sudden it started trickling out and, you know, going to different spots. But I remember I was scared shitless because everybody in Miami knew Laz had a limp. You know what I'm saying? But people in Texas didn't know Laz had a limp. So I'm getting ready to come out on the stage, and the fucking place is packed. And I'm like, okay, this is the moment of truth right here, my friends. This is either where you're gonna fucking rock the house and they ain't gonna give a fuck about the limp, or they're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? And the intro comes out, boom, 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 Texas, whatever, boom, boom, DJ Laz. Dude, record drops, and as soon as I walk out on stage, it was that, oh shit, what's gonna happen here? Walk out, everybody sees the limp. Nobody said a fucking word. The music hit, and the fucking place exploded. And Texas, to this day, is still my biggest market for music. Oh my God. Dude, I should have bought a couple of houses in Texas. I was in Texas every weekend doing shows. It got so bad that I was bigger in Texas than I was in Miami, musically. And dude, my hair stood up when I walked out on that stage and just fucking rocked it. It was me and Danny D, and it was a wrap. From that point on, I never looked back. I said, okay, now we're making records.